Hello and welcome back. I am the Muted Goat. This is episode 6 of my Let's Play Civilization 4 Realism Invictus playthrough as the Incans on a giant Perfect Mongoose map. Okay. This episode got a couple things on my mind. We got our economy kind of fixed last game. Got Rome. We need to get Rome's cultural borders expanded here. But I'm also looking to... I'm just kind of going to wait for the next time the Hungarians attack. I kind of want to counterattack. Oh, they got a bunch of composite bowmen in there now. But this city, Sazambathli, is in my crosshairs, so I would like to take that city this episode, and also we got a bunch of barbarians down here, but maybe get the ships down here and get a city right around here so we can get a crab and a clam resource for our food. So, yeah, let's get into it. We're also researching water pump right now, which will allow us to clear jungle, which will help these cities along the eastern coast, especially. We'll be able to hook up this rice resource once we do that as well. Okay. I also want to further expand my paved roads, so we are all hooked up. I want to hooked up between all of our cities. I want to, kind of cross the desert here, finish paved roads up this way, so that if we are kind of surprised somewhere with a big stack, we can recover from it. Send troops that way. Okay. That's kind of why I built a farm right here. Eventually, I'm going to be spreading irrigation all through here for Niani, because Niani is struggling big time for some food. We can also come back over here for Pachacamac. Got some unimproved river spaces here. Niani will not be going back to the Mandan. Okay, there's a forge. I don't think Niani has a spy yet. That is something I need to actually look into. We need to look at, do all of our cities have spies, and then also make sure they have avoid unhappiness and avoid unhealthiness. So, yes. Yes. Here's a no on that. No spy here. No spy here. That's what they're building. We do have a spy in Rome. And we're missing a spy there. We don't have an espionage advantage against the Russians or the Hungarians, so we don't know their military strength. You can see some of the ones we do have espionage advantage. We can see what they are researching. I'm actually going to do open borders with the Romans because it is time to explore a little bit. Just see what's available. Okay, so here's Antioch. It's possibly the last Roman city. Okay, just looking at food tiles here. They don't have a ton of great food tiles outside of the pig. I typically like to have about 5 of them. So like Chan Chan here. 1, 2, 3. Then we'll need to do about 4 or 5. Okay, but in the meantime, we can build some roads, paved roads, that is. There's a market. Alright, this is a Russian city. Looks to be formerly Mandan. Or Mandan. I keep saying Mandan. I think Mandan is a small city or town in South Dakota near where my aunt lives. She lives in Spearfish. Or maybe it is North Dakota. Yeah, actually I think it's North Dakota. I think my mom used to live in Mandan when she was growing up. So if we have any people watching from Mandan, let me know. Oh, no, we got another Latin city up here, it looks like. We also have open borders with the Russians, so we'll explore their territory. Exploring to the south is going to be a little harder because I think the Hungarians are in the way. Okay, let's do a lighthouse. Get the heroic epic here. No, we still haven't done a public well. Oh, there's Carthage. There, gonna get the clams hooked up here. We got gold and copper and... Wow. I didn't think much of this city when I first saw it, but it's got some good resources around it. Oh, and a floodplain down here on a river. Interesting. I just assumed this would kind of be all jungle, but it looks to be some forest over this way. Some decent land. Monastery. Go public well. Okay. Really looking forward to the next time the Hungarians try to attack us. Public well. Yeah, we can do galley. City of Gao. Ooh. This is something I need to keep an eye on here. The Russians have a bunch of galleys, which means they have a decent-sized navy, and they could do something just like drop a massive stack right next to Quito. So, even though our military is pretty good, I just never feel great about it. Alright, the Hungarians are no longer with a ceasefire with us, so they'll most likely be sending a stack our way shortly. Keep an eye on these. Well, I won't be able to keep an eye, but I am wary of the Russians. We have open borders. They just really don't like us because we're getting ahead of them in score. And, you know, it's not like I'm going to drop back and score just so they like us more. Public well. Do a caravan house. Okay. Sure, warehouse. Public well, sounds good. Yeah, library works. Okay, we'll be able to chop down jungle next turn. So get some workers positioned for that. Alright, let's explore up to... Oh, we won't be able to pass these Mandan lands. Or Mandan lands. Wonder if they'll sign open borders with us. Yeah, okay. Alright. Classic Russians, just deep in the jungles. So much like real life. They've done pretty well. Is this Hungarians? Big shock.
Water sustains all.
Okay. Can build farms without irrigation and can remove jungle. And we can build aqueducts now. So, there we go. I think I am going to go stirrup, actually. I would like to start building some mounted units, but before I do, I would like to build stables so that I can get some experience for these mounted units. Got a Buddhist temple. Let's go Tombo. Okay. Yaroslavel. Yeah, the Russians are deep in the jungle. It's probably hampering them quite a bit. Although, like, jungle farms are not bad, especially if you do like animism. You can make the jungle work, but it's not ideal. Okay, so they're bringing a bunch of their composite bowmen, and yeah, they have left this city pretty well undefended. Okay. We want them to go to this hill so our skirmishers have an advantage. And then we will destroy their stack and counterattack with our stuff. And yeah, I'm wondering when their breaking point will be. They're spending a lot of resources to attack us. Basically every 20 turns they send a stack in to get wiped out by my skirmishers. There's a warehouse in Cusco. I'll do an aqueduct. Okay. I'm going to go farm there. Vladimir. Okay. I'm going to get all the different types of aid available. Oh. Didn't realize all those troops were with it. What do we have? 56%. That's not good enough. %. Prove that 66. So I wonder if like aids stack. I don't know. We're at 66% here. We're attacking composite bowmen, and they have a bunch of them. Right. This guy hasn't moved, I guess, so we'll send him over. See if that helps. Still 66%. Okay. Well, that'll be good enough, I guess. There's one victory. Down to 55%. Get some other highly upgraded ones. 67. Yeah. You knew we were going to lose some of them. Withdrew. Lost to 74% there. That's not awesome. It was 98%. The stack was a little bit better than some of their previous stacks. Alright, we are... How many skirmishers? Do we have any left? No, what do we got left? A composite bowman, that's almost dead. Alright, so we will use... Well, I'm not going to use the axeman because we're going to use him to counterattack, so I'll use one of the spearmen. I guess just use the one that's already there. Okay. Alright, let's get our stack going that way for our counterattack. We'll split it up into two once we get down there. Okay. There's Degen, that's the Mandan capital. Let's get this Chasqui out and explore this way. Timbuktu. That's not a bad city. They still just have... looks like they don't have any sources of copper still. Degen is not a great city. And Gao. Gao's a nice one. Okay. A lot of expansion targets. Okay, caravan house. We're going to start backfilling with some skirmishers here. Oh, that's annoying. Rome had a spy. It's over here that didn't have one. There we go. 6 stars. Skirmisher. That's fairly rare to get that many promotions. Get all these back here. I guess we're just moving these here. Wait. Spearman is now 4 stars. Let's send him back though. Okay. Gonna have to get a bunch of my workers down this way to hook up this city, which is about to be ours. I'm gonna head over into this forest. Yeah, in fact, I'm just gonna start on that kind of right away. Get this guy here. Fine. I'm assuming Moscow. Either Moscow or St. Petersburg is going to be the Russian capital. They've reinforced with a couple chariots. Chariots are not good city defense units, so not too worried about that. Man, so this is very typical of a Perfect Mongoose, though. Like, this jungle area is massive. So the Russians are in it. Buddhist temple. Yeah, library works. Okay, so we got 3 Roman cities left. It looks like there could be one here, too. Still searching for Moscow. Just curious what... Only a 6% chance. I figured that. We have massive logistical problems with this stack. Assuming this Chasky provides recon aid. So, because of the logistical problems, we'll split this stack up before we attack. Sending that big stack into foreign lands is costing us a little bit of gold per turn. Skirmisher. Let's build a couple more. Okay. I'll move him to the savannah, sure. We're at logistical problems 1, which is a lot more manageable. Puts us up to 13%. They have 2 composite bowmen. They're like defensive troops, and then the rest of them should be pretty easy to take down. After that, we'll probably lose 1 or 2, maybe even 3 axemen, but once we get past those composite bowmen. Should go fairly quickly after that. There's Moscow. Okay. Alright, yeah. Very jungly up north. I don't think there's... I'm guessing, fairly sure, kind of the end of the continent's going to be up around here. I don't think there's any civilizations north of that. I'm pretty sure the Egyptians and the Mayans are both south of the Hungarians somewhere. Although there's not, doesn't appear to be a ton of room down here, but there could be. And the continent could, you know, maybe this could be part of the continent. I'm not exactly sure, but we shall see. Okay, caravan house. Hungarian forces have unexpectedly shown mercy and compassion for our wounded, tending them on the battlefield and then returning the survivors safely to us. No good deed shall go unpunished. Send our recovered soldiers back into battle the moment they are ready. Perhaps this is a sign that enough blood has been shed. Send our emissaries to see if they're ready to discuss peace. Now, we're going to take the city. Okay, they got 2 spearmen coming up this way. So that lets me know it is time to attack. I'm going to send this Chasky back to Rome. Just knock down defenses as good as we can with the battering rams. And then it's time to attack. Alright, what's our best attacking unit right now? It's going to be this guy. 20%. Yeah. Up to 47%, and he won. Yep, now we're up to the 96%. There we go. And we got a great general out of it, Tupac Amaru. Install new governor. Yes. Yeah, let's take out these spearmen, too, that they were sending out to reinforce. That's nice. We only lost 1 troop. 77% there. Right, let's do the 77%. There we go. Okay, that's great. They're running slavery, it looks like, so they have a bunch of slave farms. So we'll need to do a bunch of tile improvements on that. Alright, we have a great general, but we don't have any traditions or doctrines we can build right now. So we'll save him for that. Other things you can do with great generals is like massively upgrade a stack as far as experience, or just like one unit. Sometimes it's worth doing that. Get a unit in there that does nothing but heal, so your stack can heal quickly. But I prefer the doctrines and the traditions. All right. Hungarians accept our peace. So this is our new front lines with the Hungarians. It's going to be this city. I wonder if they'll keep on doing their thing, just sending up wave after wave of stacks to get just utterly demolished by whatever I've got going. Send this down there. So, if they do it again, might as well just heal up my axemen and send them a little further south. Okay, Cusco did an aqueduct. Gonna do a few more, like, well, he lost an axeman. Tombo. Oh, they don't even have like a barracks or anything, so we'll build a barracks. We have 2 million people in our empire now. Buddhism spread in Antioch. Okay, let's start spreading farms over this way. Yeah, we just got some mountains up this way. Okay. Some of our axemen upgraded. That's nice. I'll get a bunch of workers heading down this way. There's some Tambo. Market sounds good. Alright, the north is fairly well explored. Getting back to Rome. Just kind of explore the sea around here. Alright, we got some island up there. Another skirmisher. This aqueduct, sure. Yeah, Buddhism finally spread in Niani. Quite the stack. Zombathly. I don't know. Hungarian names. Apparently troublesome for me to try to pronounce. Yeah, I can do like a fishing dock there. That is a good point, though. We need to start removing jungle. Pretty small island up there. I'm kind of assuming we're not able to contact the other continent, or continents, I should say, in case there's more than one. Just because I think they would have contacted us by now. But it can't hurt to look. Okay, there's an X-Men. White House, River Dock for more trade. Sure, let's do a carpenter. There's sea amber. Kind of no real way to access it since it's just a mountain tile island. Timbuktu, very tempting. Yeah, it's just the two rice pretty much, but you know, it's got hills and a bunch of grassland. It's near a freshwater lake, so you can irrigate it. Will be easy to take. I'm just gonna kind of see what the Hungarian do. If they're still just totally maniacal about attacking us, then I'll expand that way. Oh boy. I mean, we're much stronger now, but that's not a terrible stack. It's going to make this city's not anything I'm looking forward to taking. So I think just Timbuktu and maybe let the Russians do this one if they want it. Antioch's actually in a kind of a crap spot. You know, I wish they could get these horses or this limestone. I guess Rome will get the limestone, so all they have is this rice. So that's not something I'm itching to grab.
If you speak the truth,
Stirrup.
have a foot in the stirrup.
Okay, so we do get a doctrine from there. Skilled raiders from War of Attrition. Alright. Gonna do armor crafting next. Hoping War of Attrition hasn't already been built by someone. There's our great general at. Yeah, it already has been built. That's too bad. Alright, Islam was founded in distant land, so yeah, that technological lead is happening. Skirmisher. Alright, let's get a stable going. Nice little island spot over here. Not that nice. I guess you get pearls and fish, but that's about it. Why did I do a galley? That was dumb. I meant to do a sailboat. I'm going to switch to a stable anyways. I had my company holiday party earlier tonight and may have had 3 free beers. Some nice IPAs, so apparently that is affecting my play. Axemen. Hungarians can declare war on us in 4 turns. I just want to see if it's going to be kind of like clockwork, like all their other wars. Fishing back. Yeah, Forge will help just kind of power the production in that city. Niani's building the market. They just got Buddhism, so I'll build the temple and the monasteries there. Some aqueduct. I can do a stable as well. Is that paved road there? Okay. Building a paved road there. Do one here too. Yeah, we're going to have to go through the coral next turn. Alright, the borders of Rome expanded. Alright, we got one more tile. That reminds me to avoid unhappiness and unhealthiness. And Zombathli. Back. Actually, a little surprised there hasn't been more barbarian ship activity. Usually it's just constant. Oh, we're the wealthiest civilization in the world right now. That's surprising. Okay. We now have stables, so I'm going to build some of these horsemen. I think with armor crafting, we'll be able to build some of the heavier horsemen too. And I'm just going to station the horsemen like in Pechacamic, I think. And they'll be the like emergency if a massive stack shows up, we can send our mobile troops that way. That'll be kind of their role. All right, Hungarian. I'm waiting for you. There's the library. Yeah, to a lighthouse. monasticism was stolen. That's annoying. Alright, I gotta build 7 arenas. Alright. That shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, it was stolen from Zombathli, so we need to get a spy down there pretty quickly too. Yeah, we're able to see how our army stacks up against the Hungarians, and it's 1.7. So perhaps that means they're weak enough that they won't try to attack us anymore, but I doubt it. Just the way they've been playing. Expect to see a stack just showing up around here pretty quickly. I guess putting this worker in harm's way.
A man who is putting on his
There's
armor
armor
for war
crafting, so
should
we can
not
build these
boast like a man who's
cataphracts.
taking it off.
And swordsmen. I typically don't build a lot of swordsmen because pikemen are not too far away and they're just superior in every way. And same with like man-at-arms. So swordmen, kind of useless. Ooh, I could do elephant taming. We do have access to elephants. You know what, actually, compass. Compass allows us to build harbors, which gives additional trade routes, which will help grow our economy. Arena. Still pretty early on in the game, 500 some turns through, and you can feel the game slowing down between turns already. That's a function of this Perfect Mongoose map being so big. Monastery. Look at the smokehouse works. Horseman, we'll do another arena. There's a library. What does Rome need? Just need food. And I want to do a great artist. I guess that makes sense, but... Okay, hunter's cabin if you need food. There's a carpenter. Let's do a theater. Alright, that jungle's cleared. We can finally hook up this rice. There's a lighthouse, the arena. Oh, the Egyptians canceled our limestone for crab deal. But why? They have a source of limestone, it appears. And we have nothing else we can offer them. Okay. There's the arena. Let's do some cataphracts. Smokehouse. Tax office. You know what? Instead of cataphract, do a spy. Actually need a couple spies. Still can't spread the irrigation, but those farms are ready to go for when we do. The enemy's been seen near Cusco. Oh, it's these guys. Get that guy in there. Maybe the next time the Hungarians attack, we can send them through. The cataphract. Okay. Well, I had big ambitions for this episode, but I think I got slowed down exploring a little bit. The turns are taking a little longer. We did take this city from the Hungarians and have maybe discouraged them from continuously attacking us, which would be nice. Although I wasn't hating the free experience they were sending us. But other than that, we're set up pretty good, I think. Just need to continue growing our cities and our empire. Feel pretty good about our military. We're definitely behind technologically to some of the other civilizations on other continents. But hopefully if we can get our civilization humming here, we can catch up on that, especially once we meet them, and then we can do some open borders hopefully, and get in on the tech transfer for them. So we'll see about that. I'm just going to finish up this turn, and yeah, I'm going to call this an episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.